live and in living color via Kenton, Georgia, at my house. My house. This is Joshing Around with Josh, the most electrifying show on YouTube today. And what I got on my mind about joshing around with today is, well, fantasy wrestling. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Josh, you said you were going to talk about everything. Well, you know what? This is something that I've been working on, and I'm excited about. I'm truly excited about. So I got some of the points worked out. And I've been talking to George, and I've been talking to Gary. Well, George is made from Hill Heat. George has made some wonderful ideas. I mean, wonderful, and I want to use them. Like he suggested, you know what? He likes the idea of the point system. I mean, it's kind of like the whole Bound for Glory thing, which is exciting. Um, Now I thought, we would try to get I wanted to get the draft uh, done next Friday. Well, one of the big reasons for me is my buddy Paul over the Deadly Sins is out of town until tomorrow. So, um, what I want to do is next week, if possible, have a chat with both Paul and George, with Gary as well, and then Paul can let us know who Mole picks if he's, and which, by the way, Mole, if you're watching my video, I totally hope that you join in, because I would love the whole Deadly Sins team that, well, I get to see, at least the ones that I know, Mo, Lou, and Paul. I mean, they're the guys that I see on a regular basis. Sometimes I get to see Zap, which I enjoy. But, Paul, Lou, and Mo, and Paul, I wanted you to know that George made the suggestion that we use real, actual Federation names to represent our teams. Since George is from Philadelphia, I assume he would belong to be Team ECW. Now, I don't know for sure, but the assumption is being made that, well, Paul, Mo, and Lou are all in Philadelphia. Well, one of the reasons why is you always see Paul, well, flaunting around his Pittsburgh Penguin hat. Um, so that, so, or I'm sorry, it's probably the Flyers, Paul. So, excuse me, I'm from Georgia, so, football, baseball, it's kind of not really a hockey place, and hell, we have no hockey team anymore. We kind of sent them back to Canada, so, you know, um, but I thought, how could we set up this, who would draft first? And it came to me, and I asked a friend of mine, I said, if you were involved in this fantasy wrestling, I said, would you draft by age? And he said, well, that's a great idea. I said, well, would you go older to younger, or younger to older? And of course, he said younger to older. He thinks the youngest person should get the first pick, which is great. It's a great idea. I love it. So I'm 33, so the assumption is either I'm, which I believe that I am either the same age or right close to it with George and Gary. I do believe I'm older than Mole, Lou. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. And well, Papa tongue tied. Papa Pickett, Paul Papa Pickett, Triple P. Triple P as well. Triple P. I can only assume that you're a little older than me, but not a diss on you. I mean, second round you'd get first pick. The whole flip flop thing. Well, so I'd like to get it in Friday night. I'll let you know what time. What time? Um, what time we can start it. Because chances are this guy will be working at least on 9 next Friday. So I'll let you know for sure what time, but I want to get it in the Friday before Money in the Bank. Why? Because you know what? With Money in the Bank, which to me is like a huge pay-per-view, and the reason why it's a huge pay-per-view is because you possibly find out who will or could be the next WWE or World Champion. Now I think I want to go with the NWA. I mean, it wasn't one of the WCW was an option or whatever, but you know what? I'm old school wrestling fan. At least third generation wrestling fan, possibly older. So I want to be the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. I know what you're thinking. Why would you want to be the NWA? That company died long ago. Well, you know what? Might be dead. But it was huge. Not just in my town, my city, my state. The only wrestling ring this guy's ever been in was a NWA wrestling ring. I was in a wrestling ring when I was 4 years old. My dad jerked me under the bottom rope and out I went. But I hit the ropes a couple times. I was excited. I don't remember how I got in there, but I got in there. So here we go. Fantasy wrestling is on. I hope Blue and Mole are involved. I think what we could do is at the Royal Rumble, the two with the least wins for the week after the Royal Rumble are officially out. So we'll go to a 4-man leading into the pay-per-view right before Mania, and then we will eliminate the two lowest. So we have 2 teams, 2 guys
head-to-head at WrestleMania. So I've not decided yet on whether after we finish, if we want to do another season, start from Mania and go to Mania, full year. I mean, depending on how well it goes and everything, is definitely a good idea. So, I haven't decided whether we should redraft or what. I mean, I think it would be a great idea if we go to a second year of this to hold on to, you can hold on to your tag team. Your tag team is going to count as one. So basically, you're going to get 6 picks. You're going to pick a tag team, and then you're going to pick a tag team. Then you can pick, which honestly, I think I got 5 tag teams. So, yeesh. I think the 6th tag team, we could do. We could do any incarnation of the Aces and Eights. How about that? So we could do that. But I think you could keep at least two picks, which would be like, say you wanted to keep your tag team because they got the belts, so they got like right now James Storm and Gunner have the tag team titles. Say after the season's over, you're getting ready to start. Getting ready to start a new season. Right. And Gunner and Storm have they got the tag titles, but you want to keep them because they're champs, and every time they get a victory where they defend their belt, they get points, extra points. So I mean, you have that option. That would be like a pick, and say you got Jay Briscoe, and he's ROH champion. Well, I would advise keep Briscoe and then keep Gunner and Storm, and then you basically drop the other guys, the other 4 guys in your roster, and they go back into the pool, and then we start all over again. I think whoever gets the Money in the Bank guy will have a edge like you won't believe. I do believe, since there's going to be possibly up to 6 of us, instead of going week to week against an opponent, you go month. So that way you face every opponent, at least twice. So, or close to it. It's a good idea, I think, just to go to the month instead of whoever's got the most points in the month gets a victory. So you get a W. Instead of getting, like just going straight up points. I mean, I think wins and losses. Yeah. Now remember, guys, when you make your pick, make sure that you're going to pick somebody that you believe has got a push coming, or they're already being pushed, so they get the wins. And like I said in the previous video, I don't I don't like it, but oh, sorry, a little tired. Took some meds. I don't feel good. Um, like I think Cena should be the top seed, but I was thinking about doing a video with the guru, the professor, the dean, if you will, with the man known as my dad, the old man, and basically let him look through the list and talk and tell you how he would rank, so that way when we go to pick, you have the option of looking on who could be, the best at the year. Let's say it's Cena, Punk, Briscoe, Jeff Hardy, so on and so on. Okay, well like in fantasy baseball, you look and see who is projected to be better. And I think um, with my father's knowledge, sorry, yawn. With my father's knowledge, I do believe that we could get a good top 10 projection. And I will have him explain why he puts certain wrestlers where. Um, just an idea of, you know, just give you an idea who's number one or who could be number one. I hate it, but I honestly think Super Cena should be number one because of John Cena, no sales. He wins every match, just about it. Vince pushes him down your throat. As much as I hate it, and I think he's a no talent. Excuse me, no talent hack. He might have some mic skills, but um, as far as athletic skills, Cena lacks a bit. I mean, honestly, if you went on just pure charisma, athleticism, resilience, so on and so forth. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, uh, Kevin Steen, Jay Briscoe, Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards, Red Dragon. These would be your picks. But you gotta remember, we're not picking like as far as like who you like. Oh. And who you think is talented. We are picking based on who is going to get the push, who's going to be the champ, who's going to win at what, pay-per-view or whatever. So before the week's end, I will have a video up, straight up from my old man, my dad, and we will give you the top 10 projections for the show. So guys, it's been an edition of Josh Around with Josh, and well, deuces.